And welcome to Transition Point, a show that has been designed with you in mind, cutting across red tape and bringing the skills that you need to succeed. We bring down the barriers and reduce clutter in your life, leaving success as a clear target for you to achieve. I'm your host, Dr. Jeff Kaluyo. Let's go to work. Tonight, the show is packed. And first of all, before I go very far, I cannot move an inch before taking a solemn moment to recognize passing away of an American icon, a boxing champion, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali passed away last night, and we take a moment to recognize passing away of a champion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight the studio is steaming hot. It is steaming hot because it's a special show. Yes, I promised this special show. Last week I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, and now it is time. Tonight it is what we call the ESTHER LIANA weekend. ESTHER LIANA IMELA weekend. And ladies and gentlemen, everybody has been waiting, and I'm talking about across the world, from Kenya, Nairobi. We are talking of United States. There's so many fans of this young, talented lady. And we are talking of UK, we are talking of England, we are talking South Africa, we are talking everywhere in the world. They have been waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you have been waiting for. Now, for those who are joining us right now, this is Transition Point with Dr. Jeff. We are here every Saturday, WOL 1450, 1 to 2 p.m. And you can catch us up on HD2 on FM dial. So before we go very far, I want to start talking about this special lady as we try to make sure that she's coming on live to you across the world. This is very special. I'm getting very excited because ESTHER Liana, she not only a friend, but she is a lady who has challenged the odds. She is a lady who has shown us that despite the challenges, you can succeed in the face of difficulty. And that's exactly what she has done. As a matter of fact, to get you excited tonight, I'm telling you, ESTHER Liana, she will be doing some special notes here. She will be even singing. She's a gospel singer. She is very committed in her faith. She has sung big songs, and I can tell you, she will be doing something special today. And I think I'm proud. I think it's time to say she will be releasing a new song on the studio right here, the first time ever in the world. No one else has ever heard of this song. And she will, in the second half of the show, she will be even singing it for us. So I am excited. I cannot wait. So ladies and gentlemen, you stay tuned. I am going to be, working with my technical staff to make sure that she comes on, and she is getting ready. And the first thing that we want to do before we go very far, we want to hear a test of ESTHER Liana Imela, one of our greatest songs, just to get you warmed up and get you, kicking. So we're gonna play Imela, one of the great songs she has done, as I try to get her ready. Let's go.
What the Lord has done. 1450 WOL.
We're going to be talking to someone, as a matter of fact, to get a little intro as we get ready for Esther. I have a caller. That is Maggie. Come on in. Maggie, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Good afternoon.
Perfect. Wonderful. Welcome to Transition Point. My name is Dr. Jeff. And thank you for calling. And we are getting ready for, to get together with ESTHER LIANA. This is her show, and I'm sure you probably are her fan. Are you know ESTHER LIANA?
Yes, I do. I work with her.
My goodness. We have a caller who is, getting ready to tell us something about ESTHER LIANA. If you work with her, I'm sure you know her. Tell us a little bit. How do you know ESTHER LIANA, Maggie? Welcome to us, and tell us what you know about ESTHER LIANA.
Well, I met Esther online through her music, and I loved it. I reached out to her because I'm involved with a non-profit that promotes and develops talents, especially for the youth in the diaspora from Africa. And so I reached out to her, and I realized that she has so much to offer, not only in music, but in different things. So we started working together. I flew to Africa, and we got together and we started working together. So she's our Africa administrator for our organization.
My goodness, this is just a small testimony. Thank you so much, Maggie. I'm telling you, Maggie has just kind of summed it up for us that she knows ESTHER LIANA. She has been working with her, and as we're going to hear later, she is a founder of a very special organization, Talanda Awards, that's based in the United States, and it is also across the world, in UK, South Africa, in Asia, and everywhere else. And I am telling you, I can tell you, we have ESTHER LIANA definitely on the ready to go, but this is special, and she apparently, you can hear from Maggie that she is the lead for Talanda Awards United States in Africa. So this is going to be special. I am getting excited. Thank you for calling, and you stay ready there because it looks like you are her mentor. You know her very well, and we want to hear some more. I'm sure some more people will be calling in. So yeah, I'm going to have her come in. So thank you so much, Miss Maggie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have, I'm gonna have, Esther come on in. I told you this is a special show. As I have told you, you were introduced by her music, Imela, which has sold many copies. And if you go to YouTube, you just type IMELA, Imela. You're gonna see her song, and we had that song is special to me, as a matter of fact. So I'm gonna have ESTHER LIANA show up in the air. Bring her in. Hello, Esther, how are you doing?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Very good. I am excited to have you in our show. I am telling you.
I'm excited too.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. This has been long in preparation. And we have been telling our listeners, you are on the way. And you will be showing up, and we'll be hosting you in this show today. And finally, the date has come. So we welcome to our show, Transition Point, Miss ESTHER LIANA.
Thank you very much. I'm humbled.
Oh my goodness. Now, I will not waste time, and I will go straight to draw the first blood. And I'll tell you, we have already played your song, Imela, and I'm sure everybody's feeling warmed up, a special song. So, I feel very strong about what we're going to do today. So I want to ask you, Esther, can you tell us a little bit your background and, where were you born and raised? Go!
Okay, I was born in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
Born and raised in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
I'm a firstborn of 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a degree in education, Bachelor of Education from Trinity University.
Okay, degree in education, bachelor's in education. Wow, the firstborn of six. The firstborn of six. That's amazing. That's a lot of responsibility. Everybody has to come fill a big, big size of shoes. Yeah, go ahead. And then, tell us a little bit more.
And I'm the leader of Talent Awards USA in Africa, that is Kenya.
Wow.
Where we get an opportunity to mentor and discover talent in youth.
Wow. That is
achieving their music and leadership skills. So I'm excited about that too.
My goodness. Esther, I have to tell you this. A few minutes before we were able to get you to the studios, Maggie from Virginia, Northern Virginia, has called, and she's also still calling back in. As a matter of fact, I can be able to put her through again, and we get to hear her. Yeah, Maggie, you are on the air. Go.
Thank you. Hi, Esther. How are you? It's good to hear your voice. Very proud of you. I'm excited. And thank you, Dr. Jeff, for the opportunity. We bless God. We thank God for you. You're great.
It sounds like a party. It sounds like a party here. I just heard a kind of cheeky laugh, in the sense that these are two people in distant shores, miles, thousands of miles apart. And they are talking, and the kind of laugh I heard, it was like familiarity. And I was telling Esther, before you came, you had called, before she came on board, you had called, and you were talking about her greatness and about Talent Awards. She just mentioned the Talent Awards, and I kind of mentioned that you're the founder of Talent Awards, which is based in UK, United States, Asia, Africa, South Africa, and everywhere else. And she's one of your special, products. So how you feel about Esther Liana today? She's on the air in the United States, trying to spread great gospel and artist songs. How do you feel about that, Maggie?
It's very exciting, because that's exactly why we do what we do. We provide opportunities, and when an opportunity like this comes up through great people like you, it's such a blessing. It's so humbling, because we want the world to hear the life of Esther. What we do is that we give them voice from wherever they are. We give them voice, and that's exactly what we have done. So it's very, very exciting.
Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Maggie. So definitely, I'll go ahead with Esther. So stay listening to the online, because those who are joining us, this is Dr. Jeff speaking. I'm the host of the Transition Point. And you can join us online as well, wherever you are in the world. And you just go log on, and you can just follow us live. But live on the studio, we have Esther Liana. So Esther, we're going to move forward.
News Talk 1450 WOL AM, where information is power.
All right. This is welcome back for those who are joining us right now. This is Transition Point, WOL 1450, and we are always here on every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. We are sizzling it. Tonight, I told you, the studio is hot, and we're gonna go straight to work with Esther Liana, and we're gonna go very quickly. We had to get everything prepared. We are moving forward very fast. We are very excited, and like told you, everyone right from the beginning, she will be unveiling new song on this very show. Nobody has ever heard about it, and it's gonna be happening over here. And all her friends across the country, and all our schoolmates from Tala, girls, you stay ready, because there's some stuff coming up. She is ready. Now, Esther, let's go forward with this. Esther, tell us, your childhood was never an easy matter. As a matter of fact, your life has never been easy. Yet you have always managed to rise above the challenges. When you were little, you lost consciousness twice. As a matter of fact, maybe what we refer to as dying, it has always been referred, even the news, as dying. Tell us about your early childhood, Esther.
Well, it's true. I did not have an easy childhood. But for me, I grew up being taught faith in God by my parents.
Okay.
And it taught me to look at life positively, and beyond that, I knew nothing else but faith in God.
Okay.
However, about my life, I cannot really tell you exactly what happened when I was young, because to me, it was about fun and games and having fun. However, my parents were able to tell me what had happened, a story about my life in my early age, that I died. People are calling it collapsing, but I want to make it clear. I died.
My goodness.
Once,
Yes.
but twice.
You died not once, you died twice. That is scary. Because, I mean, when we talk of death, that is something that is very serious. I'm assuming it's many hours. Tell us the first incident when it happened. Because, ladies and gentlemen, those who are listening, this is where I come in. When I've spoken to Esther, and I'm very proud to call her a friend. She has said many things that are, you know, they are very moving, and I wanted to understand clearly. Can you tell us a little bit, Esther? Give us something about the first time it happened and how long did it happen? Just give us briefly what happened.
Okay, the first one happened, we had just come to Nairobi with my mom.
Okay.
From a journey. By the time we got to Nairobi, my mom came in. She was new in Nairobi and found my dad was not in the house.
Okay.
He had gone out, and then he stayed late because he had gone for a mission after work.
Okay.
And around I died. I started convulsing.
Okay.
And she didn't know what to do because I was the first child. That is what she tells me. That I was the firstborn. She had no experience of a mother, and she didn't know what to do. And that time, hospitals were not near. There were no cars. So she just held me, and I passed away. So she didn't know what to do with me. She just held me, and that was for like 4 hours.
Okay.
Holding me, and my dad had not come in.
Wow.
My body was already cold, and I had already become very cold and stiff, and that had not.
Wow, that we can say that was scary. Phew, that was close. So you actually died. Your father was away, as she says. The father was away, and she was home with the mom, and you know, the mom was just holding her on her, you know, lap, and you know, the dad was away. I mean, those who are out there, ladies and gentlemen, you have to call back home. Because the dad found a very mad lady with a kid that has already passed out for a couple of hours. So did she just hand over, what happened? Did she just hand over just nicely to your dad? What happened?
Not really. My mom was mad at him because of lateness coming home. And so when my dad came in at the door, right at the door, she literally threw me to him.
Wow.
Told him, take your dad out. She said.
Wow, that is very scary. That is very scary because, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lesson. I told you, there is a lesson to learn every single time. Because, gentlemen, when you are out there, you are traveling across the country, everywhere in the world, you have to call back in home and check what's going on. Accidents can happen, things can happen, and it takes only a second, and things can go wrong. So this lady has been holding this young child, and when the dad had been, although he had been preaching, comes back home, and literally she throws the kid to the dad and tells the dad, there you go, the daughter is passed out, is passed away. So what did your dad do after that?
My dad is a faith person. I thank God for him. And so he took me out. He carried me in his hands and took me outside. And he lifted me up. And one thing he says is that he challenged God and told him, God, I have been doing your work, and this is my first child. It is the fruit, the first fruit that you've given us, and this day we will see the children of our children.
Wow.
I was doing your work.
Wow.
You will become God in her life and raise her from death, and his faith was sure. And he tells me that he had something like a thorn in my stomach that came in. It was so powerful, and I ended up messing on him. Like the waist, I ended up covering his own head and clothes with waste, because everything that was in my system came out. All the poison that was in my system came out. But the funny thing is this, is that the poison in my body is supposed to circulate in the blood.
Okay.
It went and coiled and became a stone.
Oh, okay, okay.
It all came together and became like a stone, and it came out the same way.
Wow.
All of it.
Wow.
And then after I came back to life, Dad told Mom, carry your daughter, let's go to the hospital. And he carried just the way he was. He carried that substance that had come out of my body, and they rushed to Mata Hospital, one of the biggest hospitals
in Nairobi. Okay.
I got to be checked, and the doctors confirmed I was gone. And so she sent my little cousin, one of my cousins, to go and call my parents, tell them your daughter is dead. So when my dad was about to preach, he's just been given the opportunity to preach. Here comes a young man telling him, hey, your daughter is dead.
Wow.
And for him, it was a trying moment, because he was battling in his mind, do I leave this people to go and attend to my daughter, or do I continue? And it was so hard for him that in his mind he made up and he said, it's God who gives and it's God who takes. So if he had decided to take my daughter, well, I'll still serve him no matter what. So he said, I will preach no matter what. Then after that, I'll go and bury the dead. If
Wow.
that's what it is supposed to happen. So he tells my mom, you go home, attend to the dead, take her to the mortuary until we are able to prepare things, and then I will join you later.
Wow.
So my mom leaves, my dad is left preaching. He says, I'm reporting what he says. He says it was the most difficult time for him, because he had a voice speaking to him that you are not a loving father. How can you be here and leave your wife to go alone? And your daughter is dead, and you can afford to speak about the God who has taken your daughter? You're not serious, And he said he had to tell himself, no matter what, he focused and he told himself, I will still serve the God that has called me. And he preached, and after service he told people, well, this is what has happened. My daughter, my first daughter, is gone.
Yes.
I was given the message, and we are going to pray that God gives my wife peace.
Wow.
Because not even for me, we are going to that they are given peace even as they handle the issue. And they prayed.
Okay.
And my mom says when they were taking me, because they had carried me, and I was completely
Cold.
completely cold. And she says that when they were carrying me to take me to the mortuary.
That's a funeral home in United States terms.
Yes. So when they were taking me to the mortuary, the same time my dad prayed, something happened. And I began to kick. I started kicking.
Wow, that close.
And slowly warmth came into my body, and I sneezed.
Okay. Wow. So
and came back to life. And my mom started shouting. People started celebrating, because this is a dead person who has come to your life, and it became a whole new way. So they met with my dad and the church members who had come to see what was happening, and it was a celebration.
Wow. So the second time, Esther, so you are able to come back, your body warmed up, and that is about 4 or 5 hours, because I'm imagining in Africa most of the times the salmon can take 4 to 5 hours. You are out and you're left by with your grandmother, and she didn't know what to do. So this was a very interesting. I watched a piece in one of the Kenyan televisions when it is called "Don't Bury Me Yet, because I'm not dead yet." So it was very interesting for me to watch that, but having experienced death in reality, that you are not there, they were preparing for your funeral and you are being taken to the mortuary or the funeral home. That when you learn that later, that's a very interesting and unusual thing. So because of the prayer, I believe, because your dad was saying he challenged God. I like when you said he challenged God and told him that I was preaching your word, and you are able to, you take my daughter away. Well, I mean, what do you mean? So I think sometimes people can challenge God, and and then tell him I need your help. So that is very interesting. To move ahead, tell me an incident in very brief terms. You lost your voice when you were in primary school, and after that you recovered. Nothing happened after you died and you came back. And when you're in high school, when you're in primary school, you lost your voice for 3 months. I'm talking of 3 months. Yeah, go ahead. Just tell us very briefly.
Mm-hmm. So after my death and that encounter, I was okay for years. I went to school normally and I was able to be okay. So in class 7, in 7th grade, I battled with God in terms of salvation, because I knew my calling was in the ministry. I knew God was calling me to serve Him. I roamed in the church and did all the church things, but I never wanted to give in to salvation, because we wanted a normal life where I can talk to people normally. But with this battle with God, and He knew I loved singing so much, what happened is that my voice was taken from me, and this is not the devil or anything. I believe it was God, because He took my voice to show me that, hey, if you cannot serve me because you want to sing secular music and enjoy yourself with friends, and I've called you, then I'm going to take what is more precious to you until you agree.
Yeah.
And my voice was taken. For 3 months, I was dumb. I couldn't talk.
Wow.
And that is the time I was a very shy girl, not very talkative. And so for me, it was normal to be quiet, but when I needed to express myself, I would write and write and write. And writing became a part of me even today. I'm always writing. And after I accepted Christ as Lord and Savior in my life, my voice came back. My aunt was there and my cousin were there, and as they led me to Christ, my voice, I was able to confess Christ with my own voice. I said, okay, I'm through fighting. Let me see what this salvation is all about.
Wow.
I said, okay, I accept you in my heart. And my voice came back, and it was such a special moment for me.
Wow. So I'm assuming that you used a pen to write and to be able to communicate, and I'm sure that times I would imagine that I'm imagining that that is the time that you are thinking a lot. I'm thinking when we talk, sometimes we are not listening enough. And then I think when you're just writing, you probably are able to think and be able to kind of go through yourself and imagine and reflect. And did you do a lot of reflecting? Yes or no? Did you go do a lot of reflecting at that time?
Definitely. Actually, you ask yourself so many questions. You ask, by the time God breaks you to that point and level of admitting that, God, I am giving up. I tend to liken my experience with that of Jonah. When you rebel against God, our wills are different. Mine was a voice which was taken away from me. And you tend to think. And in that moment, you think within yourself and you say, okay, God, I am here. Just do whatever you want to do with me, I admit.
Oh,
But
yeah.
can you reflect and you
Wow.
just say, okay.
Wow, I like that. And I like that because you always tell me, I always, at that point, I let my hands speak for me. And I'm imagining after all the reflecting, you are able to do a lot of things. I'm tempted to think, probably that's where you developed your writing and artist work. We're going to be talking about that shortly. Those who are joining us now, this is Transition Point with Dr. Jeff. And as always, we're here every Saturday, 1 to 2 p.m. You can catch us up on HD2. And if you want to call and ask questions for ESTHER Liana Imela, Esther, she's on the show with us today live. And you can be able to call 800-450-7876. Again, it's 800-450-7876. And I know, Esther, you can be assured throughout the United States, those who responded in the Facebook and everywhere else, they are listening because you are one of them. I heard even some of the people from your own high school and secondary school, Tala girls, saying, there you go, one of us is going to be in the air in the United States, and I'm very proud of them. They are listening tonight, and they can feel free to call. I'm sure most of the time, they just want to hear the story because you have a special story here. And for all those who are listening, ESTHER Imela, we're going to be hearing more of what she has done. This is just nothing so far. But in secondary school, you had an accident and you fell down and you actually even lost sight. You are blind. And you spent time in the hospital until your sight came back a little bit and you were about to do an exam. You even came to do the exam. When did you come from the hospital to do the exam even after all the pain? What happened there? Why did you have to do all this?
Let me make that clear. My right side was paralyzed. My right side, and I was on my fourth year, in my final year in high school, 2 weeks to my main exam, and it was so devastating. And when I was in the hospital, I asked God, have the time served you? Because for me, I gave my life to you when I was very young. I have served you, and people know me as a person who is born again. And this is what I told God. I told him, listen, if I do not do this exam, it is you who is going to be ashamed, because your name is at line. People don't even know my name. Even today, if you ask people, they will not even know ESTHER Liana. They know that girl that sings gospel. They know God, more of God in me than myself.
They call you WOG on Facebook, Woman of God. I have seen that. And Esther, before you go very far, I have a caller, Michael. I need to let Michael in. Michael, you are on the air. Good afternoon, Michael.
Good afternoon to you, Doctor. How are you?
I am doing very good. What do you think about our Transition Point, our show? Are you in the United States? Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Aurora, Illinois.
Oh my goodness! Oh, perfect. What do you have to say about this show? Something made you call. What's up? What's going on, Michael?
Well, I'm calling because I know ESTHER Liana.
Wow.
I met her through YouTube.
YouTube?
Yes, and I have developed a bond with her. I have never met her, but I talked with her.
Wow, across the borders.
Definitely a woman of God.
Wow.
And I received a breakthrough in my life through her ministry.
Whoa, okay, keep going.
I am actually a 4-time suicide attempt against my life.
My goodness. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I am truly free and delivered after talking with ESTHER and her giving me advice and her praying for me with what nobody could do at home. This African girl from Kenya was able to talk with me, pray for me, and through God's help, deliver me free.
My goodness. Go ahead, Michael.
An awesome woman of God. She's an awesome friend, and she will be my friend and my mentor for life.
My goodness, Michael. This now changes. This is a transition point, because this changes the whole show, because we've been talking about Esther, what she has done, and very many things that she has done, but the impact, the influence she has done on people. You are good testimony. You never knew Esther.
1 minute.
Yes.
You have not even.
Yes.
This is the most amazing miracle, because I seen her on YouTube. And the second that I saw her on YouTube, I told myself, I am going to make that woman my friend.
Wow.
And my daughter was with me, and she says, good luck, Dad. She's in Africa. I don't know how, but I'm going to find her, and you watch. She is going to be my friend. And when everyone told me in my house that it would be impossible, it wasn't impossible. I know Esther Liliana personally now, and she is my mentor and my best friend for life. It really happened.
America, there you have it. She is making a difference across the borders. She was just a girl in Africa, a woman of God, and she has been able to be checked up. Her story, Michael, is just one story that I've heard about, and she has been able to change somebody's life. A family man, a man who was brought back to his family by this Esther Liana. And Michael, we thank you for your testimony. And we are able to say, this is a huge guest we have here. We are not playing. Esther is making ripples across the world. And thank you so much. And, you know, you feel better. And, you know, we are hopeful. Keep her as a friend. She's worth it.
Amen.
All right. So, yeah, we go along. Esther, you heard it. They are calling from everywhere.
Can I say something?
Yes.
For me, Michael is one of the people I found God for. And I can say, in as much as he's saying that I ministered to his life, that during my down moment, just after I ministered to him, I came to a point where I was very down. And Michael, because he had now grown in faith, he was the one now telling me, and faith can do this, plus other people who have stood with me. You have been there, Mom Maggie has been there, but Michael did something very special. And he told me, Esther, I'm going to become a blessing to you. And he said, I am going to buy a phone that you are going to use to reach nations.
Wow.
Because I believe when you are able to preach the gospel, you are enabling me to preach through you, through the phone I have given. And for me, I hold that very dear to me whenever I use the phone, because the phone is able to communicate anywhere. I say, this is my call blessing in my life. And whenever I call and people get delivered, I say, this is Michael preaching with me.
Very good. So the phone, Michael in Illinois, there you have it. The phone is preaching across the world. And to manage the time, I'm going to move very quickly, Esther, so that because we have limited time now. And some of the things we have spoken about before, I'm going to tell them myself. You know, in the university, I want to tell my listeners in the university, when I read that story, the second year of the university, she got paralyzed, wasted down for at least 2 months. And during that time, she was able to pray for a lot of people. And even though she couldn't move, and she was able to get prayed, and at some point, you know, she was able to, actually one day after 2 months, her parents were praying for her and she was able to walk again. But last year, very important to me, last year she had an instant where, you know, she actually passed out, and she has been, you know, a situation where she passed out for, I mean, not passed out but for a long time, but she passed out, but she has been recovering. She was paralyzed for over 6 to almost a year. She's just even getting better. So how do you feel now? How are you feeling now, Esther?
I am okay. I thank God for the strength, because he keeps renewing my strength every day. And one thing I will tell you is this, is that during my 2 incidences, the first one you've mentioned when I was paralyzed and my parents prayed for me, is that I had an encounter with Jesus Christ, a physical encounter with Jesus. And from that moment, it was the turning point for me.
Transition point.
Because, yes, it's the turning point where you know that God is no longer a story. It's not someone it's not something you're being told about, but he's someone I have experienced. I know who he is.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So it to me, right now I feel more strength and I am charged to serve.
Yeah.
Because when the devil knew me or thought he had me, he didn't know that God was just refining me and making me much better and stronger.
Making you much better and stronger. Yeah, Esther,
Yes.
Esther, before we go, go for it, because we're going to be introducing your song and our time is kind of rushing out. We want to make sure we have, so we have at least 5 minutes. I'm just going to rush through. So Esther these days, she has been healed very quickly. She has a woman of faith. She actually ministers through her faith and she has been able to get better. And you know, in her Facebook she says pain has made me beautiful, and you know, she writes posts on the Facebook. You can find her on Facebook every time. But now this is very important, and I want to also mention to those who are listening, her colleagues in Tala High School, alumni, you want to make sure that you can do a homecoming for this young lady, because boy, she will entertain you. Because our time is very limited, tonight it was a very special moment to be able to release a new song, because every time you have done music, big music like Imela, Agidiba, Angamambu, and you have done other songs, and tonight it was a special day that you want to be able to release your next song after you get well, because every time you go down, you come back big. Esther, the new song, take it away. I want you to sing it for us.
Oh, what do you see? Great things. I see great things. Great and mighty things happening for me this year. The favor of the Lord is upon my life. Everything is turning around for my good.
Perfect.
Everything.
That's a little good enough. Yeah, that is very good. We want to just give them a test, because this is coming around. There's one point, and we're going to be playing that song as we finish, but there is one point that you sing in very many languages. You've been blessed to be able to learn languages very easily. One of them you have really sung in your personal language, which is Kikamba. Can you just start that part before we get started with that song on the studio? Go ahead. The song, by the way, those who are listening, the song is called Turning Around. Turning Around. So say that part in a different language, because they want to show your talent.
Umakwaku niona ukewa wakwa uyalula maundu mako aliona uyalula.
Okay, that is uyalula. All right, I'm hooked up already. Yeah, you know. So we're gonna be getting ready to get done here now. Those who are listening in the United States, if you are invited for a concert for a day of ESTHER LIANA experience. Would you be interested to come? If anybody is listening and would like to be able to invite you, how can they get in touch with you? I know one way is to go to my website, which is drjeffspeaking.com, and you can send me a comment. You can also be able to get in touch with Maggie, who is also in Talanda Shore, and her number is 703-389-6633, and you can be able actually to get that passed on. But what is your email? I should give your email out if you want to get in touch with her, and if you are interested in it's called acliana@yahoo.com. ACLYNEANA, again ACLYNEANA@yahoo.com. So as we get finished, if you are interested to have an experience of Liana Shaw, please go to Dr. Jeff Speaking, and you call her or you email her, and she can be able to come on the show. So now we're going to finish this show by that music. Go play the music, the new song. We want to hear it.
The favor Jesus has given me the authority to trample over scorpions and serpents, and it shall by no other means harm me. I am walking in dominion. Yes, He has given me the power to uproot and plant, to cast and to bless. Hey, and they shall by no other means harm me. Hey, story is standing for my good. It will should grow, it will give my any other one can see it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That is the latest song for Esther Liana Imela. We want to thank Esther Liana for being with us in this studio. For those who are joining us, we'll be having visitors every week. Next week we have Constant Monswe. We'll be talking about the impact of your social media in your career, what Facebook means, Twitter, what LinkedIn means, and all those kind of things. But for now, Esther, we thank you very much. We wish you well. May God bless you. Thank you very much. For those who are joining us now, we will see you next week. And thank you for always joining us, and all my fans. I will tell you, this is Transition Point with Dr. Jeff. We look forward to see you next week on Saturday. All right, take care now. Bye.
News Talk 1450.
I think that went well.
Yeah, man, that went great.